Welcome to another Friday edition of Sports Watch. I'm Nick Donovan. In the beginning of the 7th inning last night at Swayze Field, all seemed right in the world. The storm passed, the Rebs were up 3-0 in Mississippi State. I got a notification from Blackboard that I passed my economics test, but then the collapse happened. From the 7th inning on, it was all Mississippi State. The Bulldogs scored 4 straight runs as they came back to win 4-3. There's no specific place to put the blame. When it comes down to it, there were too many mistakes and missed opportunities to come out with a win. By the way, these highlights are fake news. These moments shown are to make you remember the good times that we had innings 1 through 7. Anyway, you shouldn't blow a 3-0 lead late in the game, much less at home against a rival. There was a brutal pass ball which led to an unearned run for State in the top of the 9th. The Rebels had 4 total hits. 3 runs or few have been scored in 13 last 18 games. That is anti-good. Putting the pressure on the pitching every game will lead to moments like last night. The Rebs can still pull off this series win by getting it together tonight and tomorrow afternoon, but they have to be consistent. This is SEC play. We aren't playing South Arkansas University of Agriculture anymore. This is the brute of the schedule, and the Rebels need to start stringing together some SEC wins. Tonight and tomorrow would be a great start. It's Final Four time. Tomorrow night in Phoenix, North Carolina faces off against Oregon, while South Carolina plays Gonzaga in the semifinals. For all 4 teams, I've decided to let you all inside the basketball guru mind of mine and explain how each team could win and how each team could lose. First off, Oregon. People forget that Oregon was a top 5 preseason team. The Ducks were number 5 in the AP polls, 1 spot ahead of tomorrow's opponent, North Carolina. Why they could win? Dillon Brooks and Tyler Dorsey are arguably the 2 best offensive players left in this tournament. Jordan Bell is an absurd, versatile athlete. He had 8 blocks by himself against Kansas. The Ducks will need Bell to continue to thrive on defense as he's about to face a star-studded UNC team. Why they could lose? The Ducks are without forward Chris Boucher. During the Big 12 tournament, Boucher suffered a season-ending knee injury. The absence of the 6'10" forward will make it even harder to contain North Carolina's size. Averaging 12 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 blocks a game, the Ducks will really miss Boucher inside. Now their opponent, North Carolina. Why they could win? The Tar Heels are the most dominant program in Final Four history. They've been there 20 times, leading all of the teams. Gonzaga and South Carolina have never even made this far, and Oregon's last title was in 1939. 1939! The youngest possible age a player from that Ducks team could be right now is 96 years old. And it's about 5:30, so they are definitely eating at a Cracker Barrel right now. Chicken and dumplings for the win. Anyway, this Tar Heels team is strong, top to bottom, and they are my pick to win it all. Why they could lose, though? The health of Joel Berry. The junior point guard is critical to this Tar Heels offense, and when Berry is on the court, the Tar Heels are much more proficient. Last weekend, Berry suffered a twisted ankle against Kentucky, and his health will be questionable going into tomorrow. The Heels need a veteran guard at full strength. If not, it could be trouble. How could South Carolina win? They become a superb defensive team. Ranked 2nd in defensive efficiency, they held Florida 0 for 14 from deep in the second half last weekend. The Gamecocks have done a fantastic job using their big physical guards to play tight contested defense. But when it comes down to it, the Gamecocks will go as far as Sindarius Thornwell leads them. The veteran athlete might be the best college basketball player in this tournament, and he needs to put the team on his back. Why they could lose? Their offense just doesn't compete with the other 3 teams. UNC, Oregon, Gonzaga are all top 15 teams in offensive efficiency. The Gamecocks, 105th. That's hot garbage compared to everybody else. And finally, the Zags. How could they cut down the nets? The Bulldogs have the most depth in this tournament. You never know what could happen in this Final Four. Foul trouble, injuries, swine flu, and that's when the depth comes in. With a solid 9-man consistent rotation, Gonzaga can handle future unforeseen challenges thrown their way, such as swine flu. Why they could lose? They simply haven't been there before. I think Gonzaga will beat South Carolina, but then face an experienced North Carolina team in the championship. In case you forgot, the Tar Heels experienced heartbreak when they lost to the buzzer to Villanova in last year's championship. It's not happening again. The Tar Heels are going to win, and all broken hearts in Chapel Hill will be healed after this year's title. That's all for sports. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at NewsWatch_UM for all things Ole Miss. Back to you guys at the